Hello everyone and welcome to another ship review video. For today's video I want to show you the Terrapin. So this is this is in store seen as a support ship. So mainly just to give you like a quick idea on how the ship works, it's a scout. So basically I'm going to explain the support part. So this is more like a scout and durability, survivability ship. When it comes to let's say weapons, it's not that good, but I will get into more details while I'm going to show you the ship. So first of all, this is the ship. Like a little bit of idea on how it looks on the outside. So it's not that big. So it's more around, let's say, I'll probably say a little bit bigger than the Titan. Now let's get into the ship. Right, let's open. Let's see what we have here. So this is some parts that can be actually replaced or fixed. Right now we don't have this feature. Maybe in 4.0 we're going to have this feature where you actually fix the parts. Okay, so this is the first part. Let's see what we have here. So this is the toilet area, the bathroom area. Okay, let's close this one. What do we have next? Another ship part module, and probably the same above here, or not. Okay, this is a weapon rack, as you can see here, so you can place your weapons over on this one. So there are two sides, so basically kind of like two players can actually place their weapons over here. For me, I don't know what this one is. I think it's somehow for an armor. You can actually place like an armor over here. Probably, I don't know, maybe this, I tried it but it doesn't work. Maybe this one will come in the future. Alright. We have the fire extinguisher. And also here, these are more probably parts. Ship parts. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah. We have the engineering terminal over here. This is coming soon, so probably in the 4.0 when we're going to have the engineering let's say class or subclass active, this will probably be used then. Alright, and what do we have next? Another ship part. Alright, so we come to the cockpit. Now, before going into the cockpit, there is like one more seat over here. So this is the support station seat. Right. So this seat over here helps the second player within the ship to scan for areas. So what do I mean by scanning? So right now there are few mechanics that we can use in the game with the scanner, because it's not yet implemented. So the thing is that what we're going to have in the future is that you are able to scan with this ship large areas. You can get like more information than you do with the default scanner of the ship, so the pilot scanner. So this one will help from what I understood and what I saw from the devs, saying that this will be more like scanning for different kind of like jobs that you're going to have coming in 4.0. And there is another information that has been mentioned by the devs, that we are going to have scanning on capital ships. So what that means is basically you are going to enter within a fight from the support role. So basically you're going to stay in the back, scan second player, so the player that is sitting in this chair is going to scan areas, and information is going to brought up to the HUD of the pilots that are inside of a fight, right? So let's say you're fighting capital ship, and you're when you scan, you're able to see the damaged points. So basically within the ship, when you're going to start firing and do some damage on those capital ships. Now, because you don't see it from the outside, the scanner from the Terrapin is going to help to identify which part of the ship has been damaged the most, so you can actually sustain that damage in that area in order to break the ship or destroy it. So that's kind of like how it works. Right now this mechanics is not yet in the game. This was kind of like discussed within, I think it was like development dialogue, something like that, where the dev said like this is how the Terrapin will be able to help in these fights. So the ship in itself, the Terrapin, is not actually a combat ship. So the ship comes with two size 2 weapons, and it's cannot be changed, and also it doesn't have any rockets. So this is more like a support ship, but the good part of it, of this ship, is that the ship in itself has a lot of armor. So it has two size shield generators, and also because this is right now not placed in the game, we have armor. So the armor on the Terrapin, it's actually probably the heaviest armor from within the ships, right? So I'm not going to compare it like the ship with freighters. So I don't know, maybe the Hercules or the Caterpillar or Reclaimer. So those are different types of ships, right? There are freighters, heavy freighters. This one I will compare it to the regular ships, right? So let's say the Vanguard, Avenger, I don't know, Mustang, every other ships, right? This is probably the beefiest out of all of them. Now, that's a good thing. Now, the second thing about this is that the way on how you can handle them in fights. So basically, acting with the ship, you're going to either, I mean, if you're playing in a team, right? Because this ship doesn't do too much by itself when it comes to fighting other ships. So you're going to, if you want to use it, best case scenario is to use it with other groups of ships, right? And you are the first person who enters that fight because of the beefiest part of the ship, right? Because you have good shields, good armor, and you can sustain some damage. If your other team members that have like let's say squisher ships, but very powerful on damage, this ship allows them to not get focused, right? So think of it more like any form of, I don't know, like MMORPGs or MOBAs or any other thing, right? So you're considering as a tank, so you're tanking the initial damage from the enemy ships, and your crew members are going to take up the lead and focus on the damage, right? You're going to focus on getting aggro, let's say, right? Focusing, the enemy will start focusing on your ship because you're the first one who's going to be in the battle, and they are going to do the external damage for you. So this is kind of like the only strategy that I see for using this ship in combat. Rather than that, mostly this ship is for let's say delivery missions, I would say. So delivery mission means that because you have a buffiest, the buffiest ship, you're going to actually reach the to reach the delivery point and do the delivery because of the shields and armor. And another thing about this ship is that right now I don't think that we have this in our game because I kind of like scouted it, but this one will be very good on environmental, let's say environmental damage, right? So for example, right now we don't have it. Probably it's going to be in Pyro. There are going to be some areas on the planets, or even planets by itself, or moons. We're going to have natural damage coming from the planets, right? So like geysers and stuff like that. This ship is actually equipped to handle rough terrain. We'll call it rough terrain because, yeah. So any hazardous rough terrain, this ship we're going to take it very good because of the way that the ship was built. So areas, right, we don't have these areas right now in the game, but probably in 4.0 or even in the future we're going to have like more planets or moons that they're going to have like this issue with hazardous areas inside, not inside, on them. So this one will probably help also in the future with these areas also. But right now on general side, if you look at it on, let's say, comparing the price of the ship with what the ship can do right now, because like I said, not all mechanics are implemented right now in the game. The ship will not, the ship in itself compared to the price is not kind of like worth it to have it right now in the game. Because fighting is not like an option. Scanning, you cannot do so much with the scanning because we don't have so many things that you can scan. The pilot can actually scan using their the default scan of the ship, and probably the only thing that you can actually use it is by using a beefy, right? So a beefy ship that has like good shields, good armor, right? If you're playing in a group and you're thinking, okay, we need a ship that has more armor, this is probably it. But if you're going on, let's say, missions alone, by yourself, this is not like a good option to fight other ships, because even if you're fighting smaller ships and you're fighting AI ships, it will still take you a lot until you do some damage and actually destroy an enemy ship. So right now I don't see so much the use of it for this one. Maybe after 4.0, but just before you buy it, so you can understand what's the basics and what you can do with this ship. And right now the mechanics is not there. Hopefully be in the future, because I actually really like this ship. It's very easy to use. The visibility is very good on it. The handling is also good on it. It doesn't have so much speed like, I don't know, like the Titan or the Mustang or whatever, or other smaller ships. This one, it's, let's say, on the medium size, on the medium level when it comes to speed compared to other ships, but the handling is very good on it. So I will say, before buying it, try to understand like why you're buying this ship. And right now, if you're not using on tanking other ships, there's no point of buying this ship, in my opinion. So just so you know. But that's pretty much it for the video. Leave a like on the video if you find it useful. Comment if I left anything out. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. And until next time, have a good one.